Hello once again, my fellow Star Trek fans. I hope you're doing well, and I hope your fall is going very, very well. I'd like to welcome you to another Star Trek video, my favorite subject. Recently, I had showed you guys the history that came full circle when it came to the original 1966 AMT U.S.S. Enterprise spaceship model kit. What I want to show you guys today is when I had told you when I had made that video, we were going to move to the long box. The last video I showed you the original release, and we had the collector tin, and we had come full circle with the latest re-release from round 2. With today, however, we're going to be taking a look at the first issue of the long box. And probably because of my age, but this one is more special to me than the original release, and I've just adored this picture all my life. I've had it from like my wallpaper on my computer, my phone. I've had this, even on a shirt. I remember when they had the Keep On Trekking, the iron-on. It always reminded me of this particular shot of this model. I could drone on for a week about this picture. The one of the model kits that they built up for the model box, and this is before, because the previous one they had an illustration like a painting, and they went to the shot of the model. And I guess I'm not the only one that loves this so much, this particular picture, because when round 2 re-released the box, they actually used the original art, and they were very clear that the model pictured is not what's in the box. But my friends, we're going to go over to the desk where there's a little bit more room and there's more light, and we're going to take a look at the history coming full circle when it comes to the long box U.S.S. Enterprise spaceship model kit. And again, this one had the lighting kit, not only the bridge and the sensor dome, but they had the Bussard collectors as well. Okay, so when it comes to this version of the model kit, this is the original long box. This particular one that I did, we did a build, and this is when the reissue first came out. I had gotten a reissue, and by the way, that would be this one, and we did the build. You can see 18 inches in length. It's got the base, however, we didn't use that. I have the 25th anniversary version of the Enterprise, and it had the sound effects, and I ended up using that base. Hopefully you can see up on camera. I like the star background, like what's on the box, so I decided to make the base look like the stars. And in the back, you can see the speaker. And because I had wanted to make it look like the second pilot edition, I had put the little antennas that come out the Bussard collectors, and it was pretty cool on what I used, because this is actually my my wife's. These little tools were like for nails. I guess you would dip nail polish in that little ball, and you could put little dots on your fingernails. Anyway, I kind of confiscated them from her, and they worked perfect as the antennas coming out of the Bussard collectors. So this was the reissue, or the re-release of the kit. And I had wanted to make it look like the second filming version. The only difference is the deflector dish. I didn't have any of the aftermarket kits to make it look like that, but the way the lighting system and the sound effects were in this kit, the 25th anniversary, it worked perfect. All the lights synced up. And I had wanted to do the ship the way she looked in the pilot, or when she was in the introduction of the series. She didn't have the blinking lights, the white beacons over there. She had them in the back. So I had put those on. So when we go ahead and we put the ship on, and she kind of comes to life. The batteries are a little bit weak now. I had put the sensor lights in the back, and when it comes to the front, you remember she had that the light in the front, but No, I had gone through that. I don't know. I don't remember if that was blinking or not, but I didn't do it blinking. Looking at the bottom, you can see the back lights. So when she goes by on the intro, you can see the back lights. Actually, she would be coming from this side, and you would be able to see the lights in the back. But anyway, this is that kit, and the sound effects from that model work perfectly on this. We got the photon torpedoes, and we got the phasers. Anyway, this was the reissue. This was the latest version, and this is going to bring us kind of full circle. So I'm going to put her over here, and we're going to take a look at the original release. And this is the original. This is the one that started it all. And again, I've always been mesmerized by that photograph of the finished model. I love it. No matter how hard I tried when I was a kid, I just made them look horrible. I'm just like a really crappy modeler. I should have made my channel The Lousy Modeler. You can tell, but the love affair that I've had with this kit has just been all my life, ever since I first got it. I love that picture of the Enterprise model. So we have the Star Trek, and that's in blue. And this is AMT, and you can see the orange and the yellow lettering, U.S.S. Enterprise Spaceship Model Kit. Round 2 ended up reissuing this exact packaging, and I get it because I liked it at first, and I'm like, but you know, it really makes it easy for people to be fooled into thinking that the reissue is actually this kit. And I'm going to show you all the differences, so if you are looking to get this kit, you won't be fooled by getting the later release. I think it was 2019-ish, somewhere around there, but we'll go through that in a minute. This is the original long box. Again, the model previous to this was the box that stood this way, and it had the painting of the Enterprise. And they had gone with this. Again, the original one still had the lighting kit. They had the dome, the sensor dome, and they had the bridge that would light up. Well, you guys may or may not know, but with the long box, the first issue, they still had the lighting kit for the bridge and the dome, but they also have the Bussard collectors that are molded in clear orange plastic, and the lights went in there as well. So not only do the Bussard collectors light up, we had the bridge and the sensor dome. And as a kid, that was just like, I was just ecstatic with that. The mold did change. It's a different mold compared to the first tooling. The first tooling, that mold that I had showed you guys, I'm going to be showing you a comparison video. We're going to unbox the original, and we're going to unbox the most recent release of that version. And you guys are going to see what I'm talking about now when I talk about the differences in the molds. But that's the cover, and it looks like she's orbiting Earth, and you can see 1966 Desilu Productions. And I think I'm going to do a video on the history of the Desilu Studios, because we have Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz to thank for Star Trek. So think about that the next time you see Lucille Ball or I Love Lucy or something like that. Okay, so this is the original release, like I had said. We look at the side of the box, and one of the ways you can tell right off the bat, when you see the black box all the way to the right of the model kit, you can see As Seen on NBC TV. And interestingly, there's also a company called Aurora, and they did these kits too as well, but they were released in the UK. And on the originals, it'll say As Seen in the BBC TV. So if you see one of those, grab it up, because that's pretty hard to find. This one is becoming hard to find, especially like this in the shrink wrap. So we have the As Seen on NBC right next to the picture of Captain Kirk. And we get the Star Trek lettering in blue, USS Enterprise Starship model kit. And then all the way to the left, we have Mr. Spock holding the space cannon. And that's AMT. So when we look at the ends of the box, this is kit number S951. I always loved this kit. Again, I've had both of them, but this one is, to me, is more special because of the box art. I love that picture. And again, this is S951. Both ends of the box are the same. And looking at the other side of the box now, this is where again, it gets different. If you guys are looking for this kit and you see something on eBay that's similar, like the reissue, I'll show you the differences. This has the blue box that's all the way to the right, and it says featuring upper, lower dome and power units, equipped with operating lights, colorful Star Trek decal, twin power units, total length of the spaceship is 18 inches. And again, it's the Bizarre collectors that are molded in clear orange, and the base, the sensor dome and the bridge are molded in clear green. So this is AMT Corporation, 1225 East Maple Road, Troy, Michigan, 48084. Cement not included with kit. Star Trek is created by Gene Roddenberry, and I like how they give the scale in comparison to the battle cruiser from the Klingon Empire. And we did a build with that. As a matter of fact, she's featured in all my video openings, along with the 1350 Enterprise. Going all the way to the right, in blue, we got Star Trek, and then we have the U.S.S. Enterprise spaceship model kit. Love it. And there's nothing on the back. On this one, there's actually a number. It's 100-387. And like I said, this is the one that started it all. And I absolutely love it. So the next release, and when I show you guys videos, what I like to strive for is to show you the best. I won't do a video unless I have everything, and I like to have it in pristine condition. Now, there are 3 different versions of the long box. Unfortunately, I can't get the one that I'm missing. I'll get into that in a minute, but it's the one where you can do the whole fleet, and you can do the different, they had the decals where you could do all 12 starships. I can't find that one. I've seen some on eBay that are beat up and they're all open. I like to present the kits to you guys in shrink wrap and make them look pristine. So when it comes to that one, I'm going to have to put up pictures to show you guys. But the next release on this, again, this is the lighting kit, and for some reason they took that away. So the next release of the model kit would have been, again, the long box. We have the same box art of that gorgeous photograph. She's orbiting Earth with the moon in the background, and she's the spaceship model kit. So far, you can still see the now it's 1968 Paramount Pictures Corporation, and it had changed over from Desilu to Paramount. So we look at the side of the box, and that black box all the way to the right that had As Seen on NBC is now empty. It's just black. And we have the picture of Captain Kirk, and again we have the blue lettering with the U.S.S. Enterprise spaceship model kit. And going to the left, we have Mr. Spock with his phaser gun. So let me show you guys. If you put a side-by-side comparison, you can really see the difference. The As Seen on NBC is gone, and that's basically the only difference in the side of the box, for this side anyway. Alright, let's look at the end of the box, because now they changed the model number. So it was S951 on the original. Now they changed it to S951-250. So if you see a listing on eBay and it's got the S951-250, just remember, this doesn't come with a lighting kit anymore. That's only available in that release. Again, we got the picture of the Enterprise, and it's the same on both ends of the box. And there are more differences now on the other side of the box. Again, we have that blue box that's all the way to the right, and now it's empty. We still have the comparison or the scale diagram, and we still have AMT Corporation on East Maple Road, and you can see the Star Trek lettering in blue. So let's go ahead, and I like to show you guys the side-by-side comparisons. And again, you can see the difference. Now gone are the words featuring upper lower dome, etc. But other than that, everything is pretty much the same. Okay, so I showed you the first two issues of the long box. This being the original, and this being the re-release of this kit. The one that I don't have is the version of the long box where they have everything is pretty much the same, but they also have on this side, they'll have build the entire fleet, and it'll tell you that they have all of the, would that be on, I think it's on this side, it would be in there, where they talk about building the entire fleet, and you have the extra decals. Also, you guys may or may not remember they had the jacket offer, that infamous AMT jacket, and that first appeared on the long box version. So just before they went over to the tall box. So that's the one that I don't have. I just couldn't find it in pristine condition that I like to show you guys. So we've got the first issues of the long box when it comes to the Enterprise. Round 2, like they did with the original issue, they re-released the long box version, and they used the original packaging, and they did a really amazing job. Let's take a look at that beautiful model kit again, and it looks really good. If you could see the comparison. I've never actually held them side by side. I think the original one still looks better, but that just could be, I don't know, just because I'm partial to that. All right. So again, we've got the front of the box with that beautiful model, and now it says on the bottom, pictured model shown for historic purposes only and may not match kit parts. Instead of 1968 Desilu Studios, 1966 Desilu Studios, and then 1968 Paramount, now it says that the model parts may not match the kit. And again, we have that beautiful picture, and everything is pretty much the same, AMT. And when you look at the side of this one, we've got more writing that returns to the blue box all the way to the right. Now it says smooth upper primary hull design. Because if you guys remember, the original release had a grid that went on the top. And they actually had a grid on the filming model, but it was light and it was in pencil. It wasn't actually raised. But that's what they had with the model kit for a long time. And I don't know if you'd be able to tell on her, she's very smooth. So it says smooth upper primary hull design. And now it says build all the Star Trek kits from AMT, as opposed to Star Trek was created by Gene Roddenberry. And now we have Round 2 Corporation, 4073 Megan Bear Court, South Bend, Indiana, 46628. Cement not included with kit. So if you look at an original, or let's look at the original release, as opposed to the most recent reissue of the long box, we've got the writing, and the top one you can see featuring, and it shows the lighting kit information. So if you're trying to find this on eBay and you see this bottom one and you're like, oh wow, this is going to be a really good score, because let's say they have it listed for 40 bucks or 50 bucks, which is, if you can find that model kit in its plastic for $50, grab it, because they're really hard to find. So you might see somebody list this one and put 1966. Well, this isn't from 1966, and I just want you guys to be aware of the differences. Like I said, that's one of the glaring differences right there. And now we move to the end of the box, and now we have yet another different model number. Now it's AMT 1296-12. And like I had shown you in the original release, each release that they do is a different model number. You know, I wish they would have done a collector tin in this edition as well. That would have been really nice. But I think both ends of the box are the same. AMT 1296-12 U.S.S. Enterprise Spaceship Model Kit. And now we look at the other side now, where previously was As Seen on NBC, is now replaced with accurate decals and stickers included. This actually gives you the option, if you want to put water slide decals, or actually peel and stick stickers. If you want to see this, what comes in this kit, I did an unboxing. I did a series build on that Enterprise. So you got Mr. Spock all the way to the left, and you still have the AMT, and it still says made in litho in USA, which is a good thing. So looking at the original as opposed to this one, you may think, well, there's writing in that box, it must be the original, but it's not. The original one says As Seen on NBC. If it doesn't say that, it doesn't have the lighting kit, and it's not the first release of the long box. All right, that being said, we've come full circle, and the big difference now, if you're looking for this kit and you're on eBay and you see it and it looks like this and everything looks really good, look at the back of the box, because that's another, this is probably the biggest difference, is the re-release actually has the pictures on the back, and I love this. This is Space the Final Frontier, and you can see the finished model. And I want to give a shout out while I'm doing this to a good friend of mine. His name is Alan, and his channel is Commodore Urban. And buddy, he did a build of this kit, and it was a tribute build that he built for me, and I was really honored, and I think you did a great job, buddy. I love the way you painted the Bassard collectors. And these immortal words first uttered on national television on Thursday, September 6, 1966, ushered in a new era of television entertainment. Accompanied by the familiar notes of the opening theme, this narration transports us in a wave of nostalgia back to the days of when we would gather in front of the TV every Thursday night to witness the exploits of the intrepid crew of the Starship Enterprise. Now you can relive the thrill of future space exploration by building this classic plastic model kit of the U.S.S. Enterprise you loved in your youth. And she is the only crush from my childhood that I still have today. I've loved her ever since the first time I seen her. And incidentally, I love the box art. They've got that kind of like the little mark like they do on the red markings on the side of the ship. This is featuring glue-together assembly, modeling glue not included, smooth saucer surface, dome base with metal support rod, molded in gray with clear parts, water slide decals, and sticker sheet included, illustrated instructions included, and shows you the finished model. I think this is by Small Artworks, and you can see the smooth upper surface on the primary hull. Of course, the bottom didn't have a grid line on it. And you can see the accurate decals and stickers are included. I think you can do the original. I think you can do the ISS Enterprise as well, but I don't recall. You can see it on the base, 18 inches in length, domed with metal support rod included. And again, guys, I'm not dumping on this because I love round 2, but these molded parts, man, they are nothing like the original. It's totally different. And like I said, we're going to do an unboxing of the original release as opposed to the latest release of that version. And at some point, we'll do that for this as well. We'll do an original unboxing, and we'll do the release, and we'll compare the parts. Models shown on packaging have been professionally assembled, finished, and photographed by E. James Small. And if you don't know who James Small is, he does a really phenomenal job with the with the models. Accurate waterslide decals and sticker both feature all markings and window options in black or white. So you can make them off if you want, and you can make them turned on if you so choose. And you can see the landing gear. And this is, let's see, I want to give you the official year. This is 2022, so 2022 release. And this is in 1/650 scale. And this kind of brings the model kit full circle. I love the fact that I had the original, that I could actually show you guys the original. And I love doing these videos. I'll tell you what, I hope you guys have as much fun as I do. I hope you have as much fun watching as I do making and filming these videos, especially when it comes to these kits. I just love this model kit. And even when I did the unboxing for her, let me bring her a little bit closer, I just felt giddy. I was like a little kid on Christmas. I just couldn't control myself when it comes to this model. I just love it. And through the years, I've massacred so many, and I probably massacred this one too, because my modeling skills are pretty lousy, but I just, there's something about this model that I love. I can't get enough of. And when I did the unboxing on this model, I felt like, you know, I was just transported back to being a kid again. And I know a lot of people out there feel the same way. Matter of fact, I have friends that feel the same way about this model kit. It's not so much about, it's just something about the kit and the amazing design of the Enterprise. That's just so, I don't know, satisfying or soothing. I don't know how to put it into words, but for me, there's just something about the ship and its design that will just be immortal. Our great-grandkids are going to know about the Enterprise. Think about it. You can go anywhere on the planet, and there are a couple of things that you can just mention. You can go almost anywhere on a planet and say the word Titanic, and no matter where you are, people are going to know or recognize the RMS Titanic. When it comes to the models or the spaceship television series or ships from that series, you can go almost anywhere in the world, and just about everybody is going to recognize the U.S.S. Enterprise. And to me, that's just really special. And my friends, I guess I've droned on enough. Sometimes I can get a little carried away. I hope, I love sharing my passion with new friends. So if you have a passion for this model kit and you're new to my channel, start checking it out. You can see a lot of the videos that I do with these old kits, because I love AMT. I always have. And I got playlists of all the things that I've done. I like to put them in different playlists. Like, for instance, this is in its own playlist. And the model we're working on right now is we're actually doing the Star Trek The Motion Picture. And it's in honor of the 3,000 fans. So we're doing the actual AMT original release of Star Trek The Motion Picture, The Enterprise, which incidentally, this is going to be another video at some point, but that original release of the long box had electronics, and the original release of the Enterprise refit also had electronics. And again, I look at the cover of this box and I get all giddy. Just like a little girl. I remember seeing this at the toy store and just looking at the lights, you know, flashing through the windows. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get her. She's the Enterprise. I love it. And again, this is another video, but I'm doing the build on the refit if you want to check that out. And we're doing a lot of extra parts to make her look as close to screen accurate as possible. But anyway, my friends, I like doing these little videos on the histories of the model kits. I recently got the a couple of the models that I was waiting for, the Klingon 1350 ships, so I'll be able to do that. I want to do a history on that series from AMT. So my friends, thank you so much for watching, and until my next video, I appreciate the kind words, the support, and I love making new friends that share the same passion as me. So until my next video, my friends, I'll see you soon.